Hey everyone, Chris Stoltz coming at you today from the Javits Center in New York City, and we're here for Toy Fair. So let's see what kind of Muppet, Sesame, and all other kinds of Henson things are coming out in 2026.
I'm Lisa with Tea Turtle, and we've got some really fun products that we have released or will be releasing in 2026, and I'd love to show some of them to you. So starting with our Sesame Street collection, we have a whole line of reversibles. These that I have on display feature Bert and Ernie, and they reverse, so you do get two characters in one. And later this year, we are releasing a collaboration with Sesame Street and Care Bears. So we've got Oscar the Grouch, and he reverses into Grumpy Bear, and we're really excited to see those come out later this year. We also have a line of Labyrinth plush, both in our cloud head format. Here we've got Jareth. Our cloud heads are really big, squishy, giant heads with teeny tiny weighted bodies, and they are designed to sit on a shelf, perfect for collecting and displaying on your desk at school, wherever you want to set it. And here's another one of the Care Bear and Sesame Street collaborations, characters with Elmo, and then we've got this one on the other side.
Perfect. And you mentioned you're also doing blind boxes, of
yeah.
Labyrinth too.
Yeah.
They're kind of like in this vein, right?
Yes.
They kind of look like these.
So this is one of our Sanrio collections, but the Labyrinth collection, same size as the 3-inch, also reversible. So you get two plush in one, but they are packaged blind box style. If you want to be guaranteed to get all of them, you can buy the full set and you'll get at least one of each character, or you can buy them individually as well, both on teaturtle.com and on Amazon.
Awesome. And what do those retail for?
These are $10.
Excellent. Awesome. And they should be in stores. With the Labyrinth ones are coming out.
Those are already out.
Oh, they're out.
Yeah,
They're on your website. They're out now.
Yeah.
Buy them immediately.
Yeah.
Over at the Eric booth, they have a line of Sesame Street items, including 2 items featuring Cookie Monster, one a bowl with his face on the front and his fur all around the sides, and a cookie jar featuring Cookie Monster holding a giant cookie with a stack of cookies for the lid. Stopped by the Just Play booth. Unfortunately, they didn't say they definitely were coming out with new Muppet stuff. They did hint that some Muppets may be part of future Doorables series. There's no Muppets in this Bloom series, but possibly in a future series coming out this year. So be on the lookout for more Muppets hidden inside other adorable blind boxes. Here we have the Elope booth, and they have a whole bunch of Muppet costumes here. We got Animal, Miss Piggy, and Kermit here. Those are just fantastic. That's not a Muppet. That's not a Muppet. That's not a Muppet. But back to Kermit. That's definitely a Muppet. Those are awesome to see. So I've just been told, well, not on display and not available to be seen yet, there is a new Muppet costume coming out in August of, are you ready for this? Drum roll, or maybe I should say keyboard roll, please. Dr. Teeth is coming in August, so be on the lookout for that from fun.com, hollywoodcostumes.com, and Elope.
Hi, I'm Mary Gelb with Super Impulse Toys. And I'm going to take you through the showroom now, starting with our world's smallest line. As you can see along this massive wall, we have hundreds of licensed toys and games and plush.
And here we have the squishy, right? This is like the stretchy, squishy Elmo and Cookie Monster.
Yeah, let me show you. Let me go back.
So like Cookie Monster eats the cookies, and then he thinks he's getting a little, needs to go on a diet. So then he just stretches them out. Look at that. Instant six-pack right there.
Elmo, who doesn't love Elmo?
Elmo always thinks he's not tall enough, right? So that's his deal. And now all of a sudden, now we can ride the ride, right? Here we can see the packaging for the Cookie Monster and Elmo. We also have
Tickle Me Elmo.
world's smallest Tickle Me Elmo. He actually tickles. You can kind of hear him. What was that, Elmo? Ah, okay.
Same infectious giggle. I mean, you just can't help but love this guy. He's one of my favorites. Look what I found over here. This is what I wanted to show you. So we launched Pop Taters a few years ago, 4-inch, that really grow to like close to 8-inch when they're dressed. But now we're introducing Pop Tater Tots. They're like less than 2 inches. They're adorable. And here, look, this will be our series 2.
There's going to be an Ernie. That's really cool.
Really cute.
Yeah, so the parts are interchangeable.
Yep.
The larger Ernie and Bert's will not be available, but the smaller ones will now be available.
Right.
The dude abides. Here we have Muppet Show guest Alice Cooper in duck form. Over at Tonies, they have a few Sesame Street characters. They got Elmo, Abby, and Cookie Monster. This year, they're introducing Spanish versions as well. They even have a new Cookie Monster bag coming out. And while their Kermit and Miss Piggy Tonies are still available, at this time they're not adding any more Muppet Show characters to the line. Here we have the Diamond Art Club. Do what makes you sparkle. And they have a line of Sesame Street craft items as well. You get your print here, and you find your little beads, and then you make your image. So here's how it works. You grab one of the dots over there. Are they dots? Are they beads? What are we calling these things?
Diamonds.
Diamonds. They're forever. The Sesame Street Muppets are the draw. Why not show off the best IP they have here? NECA over here has a whole bunch of plush, and they also have Sesame Street plush backpacks of Cookie Monster and Elmo. And there's actually keychains here too. This is a fairly large size keychain plush of Elmo and Cookie Monster they have as well. Well, it's been a while, but we actually have a Muppet sighting. We have a Kermit handmade by robots vinyl figure. I'm not sure exactly when this is coming out, but hopefully I can find somebody to see exactly when we can find that Kermit on the shelves. And I was just told that Kermit should be available by the end of the year, and they're also making an animal, though he is not here on display. Sunstashes has a bunch of Sesame Street sunglasses here. I'm not sure if there's any new this year. I don't believe there are, but still great to see. They have so many different Sesame Street sunglasses. I mean, they got Elmo, Oscar, Abby Cadabby, Ernie, Big Bird, and Cookie Monster. And they even have sizes for smaller children as well. So over here at the Thai booth, they're celebrating 40 years of business. And this year, it looks like they have a Sesame Street line. Check out their new line of Sesame Street plush. They got Bert and Ernie. They have them in ball form too. They got small plush. They got Big Bird and Abby Cadabby, Oscar the Grouch and Cookie Monster. They even have keychains coming out as well. Big Bird has seen some stuff. So is Bert and Ernie. Wow, okay. Hopefully they can get the eyes fixed when they actually come to market. But man, that was really cool to see Thai actually having some Muppet and Sesame Street specifically items coming out. So we're not quite sure when these will be released. These are making their premiere here. So of course there will be some tweaks before they actually come to market. But man, those are great to see. And yes, those are actually Beanie Baby Sesame Street plush, part of the official Beanie Baby line. They're calling this new line Beanie Bouncers, and part of their Sesame Street collection they have Big Bird, Bert, Ernie, Elmo, Oscar, and Cookie Monster. Over at the Createon booth, not only do they have a line of Sesame Street magnetic tiles, but new this year is a line of Sesame Street QBs magnetic fidget block figures as well, featuring Big Bird, Elmo and Tango, Cookie Monster, and Abby Cadabby.
Hey, this is Brian Flynn from Super 7, and we're here to talk about Sesame Street. Got a bunch of really cool stuff to talk about this year. So let's start off with the piece de la resistance. Here we have the supersized Oscar the Grouch with Slimy and his own dirty sock. Our supersized line is great. This is the 4th Sesame Street from Supersize. We had Super Grover, we had the Count, we had Big Bird, and now we've got Oscar the Grouch. Another cool thing that we've got right now is the brand new Big Birds from around the world blind box. So if you don't know, there's a different Big Bird for every country around the globe. So this is all the different global Big Birds in here. We've got, this one's Pino from the Netherlands, we've got Minikus from Turkey, there's Abelardo, and the Chase is actually this one. That looks like regular Big Bird, but it's not. With all the extra white and a slight modification to the head, this is actually Big Bird from China. We've got the Elmo blind box with all the different colored Elmos that came out earlier this year. And then really fun is the next wave of reaction figures. We've got typewriter guy here. So you can almost hear him like wheeling in before he starts punching keys. Rolling wheels and everything. Typewriter guy. He's your breakout star of the new wave of reaction figures, along with the Count in his PJs, Ernie in his PJs, and Bert in his PJs. These are brand new figures, so we're working with an English company as they're doing our distribution over there, and we're doing their distribution over here. And this is some product that they're making in Europe that we're going to be bringing into the States. So you've got these box figures, you can see the Count here and everything else. And these are solid static PVC figures, but the whole range here.
And these here, it says 8 to collect on the top and 18 to collect on the bag. So which one is it?
18 to collect. Let's look, shall we? 8 to collect. I believe 8 to collect is correct. These aren't sealed and this is paper, so I'm assuming that this is a prototype here and that there's just an error there. So 8 to collect. 8 to collect. So
I was going to say 18's a lot.
yeah, these are ready to go. This is still in working stage. These are already out now, so we're working on the distribution of them right now. So I would say they're going to be available in the next month or so. This is a little further out.
And what about these down here?
Clicky caps?
Yes.
So the clicky caps, there's a couple other clicky caps over here. So these are keyboard caps. So you can take the keys off your keyboard and replace them with these. And they do light ups, sometimes sound. And you've got lights and sounds here on Cookie Monster, Elmo, Oscar, and Big Bird. And they, let's see, where the other clicky caps go. So like you can remove them and they plug into your keyboard.
That's a really interesting concept.
Yeah, with these little figures. So a lot of people do that and they put them on like, sort of like those ancillary keys at the bottom right that you don't use very often. And you can put your characters on there. So you'll be able to put Sesame Street on there.
That's awesome. Thanks, Brian, for talking to us. Appreciate it.
Of course, thank you.
I stopped by the Funko booth, and unfortunately they did not have any information about any upcoming products, nor did they have any Muppet, Sesame, or any other Henson items on display. So apparently Gund has a new Super Grover plush coming out. Unfortunately they did not have it out on display, so I did not get to see it, but hopefully we'll see it soon on a store shelf near you. Monogram is known for their blind bag figures, and they have just a ton of different licenses. As you can see, all kinds of great IP and franchises are represented in these. But what we're looking at today is not the Sid and Marty Krofft, not the Peanuts, not the Care Bears, though this is going to be Care Bears adjacent. Not even Strawberry Shortcake or Rainbow Bright. What we care about, of course, is Muppets, and they have a whole bunch of new Sesame Street figural blind bags coming out. They have one whole new series of that's just Elmo in different poses. One comes with Tango, one comes with Dorothy. That's awesome. They have the Series 3 here on display, featuring Alice Snuffleupagus, the two-headed monster, and then they have a new line coming out with the Care Bears. See, I knew there was going to be Care Bears related. So this is the Care Bears Sesame Street collaboration featuring the Sesame Street characters with the Care Bears. That's amazing. But wait. While I'm looking over here at Sesame Street, there's actually something hidden in the corner, and they're coming out with dinosaurs figural bag clips. Oh my goodness. That is just incredible. Roy, BP, Richfield, Baby, Fran, Earl, Robbie, Charlene, and Grandma Ethel. That's incredible. That's probably the first Roy from Dinosaurs piece of merchandise ever released. So definitely looking forward to seeing that in stores. Monogram also has these AirPod case clips. This one featuring Elmo. I guess you can put all kinds of your AirPods in there. Not all kinds, just one kind, AirPods kind. And they fit right inside. You lift Elmo's eyes and nose up and they can put the AirPods right in his face. They also have these blind boxed figures. We got Abby-Cadabby, a mystery figure that looks like a Cookie Monster with maybe some cookies. We got Elmo, Cookie Monster, Big Bird, another mystery figure, Oscar the Grouch, and Ernie. I don't think these are been approved yet. They don't look quite right, but that's awesome to see. Gotta love this like cross-eyed Big Bird. Those are wild. Hopefully we'll see those in stores soon. I forgot to mention they're also bobbleheads. So if you look real close, you can see the springs there, so they bobble around as you open the box. And not only do they have all these amazing brands and licenses, we are hearing that in 2027, they're going to be doing some more Muppet blind backs. They might even have some Muppet banks or other plush or other kind of blind box items. So be on the lookout for more Muppet stuff from Monogram in 2027. At the Josmo booth, they have a whole Sesame Street line. Some of the stuff was available last year, but they have a whole bunch more added this year as well. Check out all these Sesame Street shoes, sandals, sneakers. There's also plush. Look at plush slippers. There's plush boots. Look at all these different variations. Sandals, like croc-like plastic shoes. Just all kinds of different variations of footwear here featuring our favorite Sesame Street characters. Oh, check these plush slippers out. We got Elmo and Cookie Monster. It's a shame they're only in kid sizes because I'd probably sport those, just not my size. I'm over at the Insight Editions booth, and as you know, they came out with this really amazing Muppets official croquet I don't even know how to say this. Amigurumi. Okay, amigurumi crochet book. And they're also going to come out with another version. This one is Villains, but they're going to come out with another version similar to this Villains book, but as Muppet Christmas themed. So that's amazing. So we'll look for the Muppet Christmas version sometime in 2026, hopefully out by Christmas. They just have so many amazing titles for all different kinds of licenses. They also do a lot of Henson licenses, and they're coming out with this great Jim Henson's Labyrinth, the making of Jim Henson's iconic film book in a VHS reproduction case. So this is, it looks like a VHS, I mean, obviously much thinner than an actual VHS, but this is a book all about the making of Jim Henson's Labyrinth made to look like a VHS. And this is coming out in March. So this will be available by the time this video comes out, pretty much it'll be out. I think it's available for pre-order already. So look for this on store shelves and on Amazon and wherever books are sold very soon. Over here at the Nacelle booth, they have a whole little shout out to their collaboration with Bull Airs. Like the Bull Air shoes, Micro Meister Mars balls, all kinds of cool stuff. Check these out. They're ramen noodle shaped boxes. They're blind boxes, but they're shaped like ramen noodle containers. And each one has a different Sesame Street character and patch inside. Looks like this Big Bird, Bert, Ernie, Elmo, Cookie Monster, and the Count from Rocky Motor. I don't know where their booth is yet here at the show, but I'm gonna go find them and see if we can talk to them about their new Sesame Street ramen blind boxes. So now we're at the Teddy Mountain, the Playful Company's booth, and they're coming out with a line of Fraggle Rock plush. Look at these. You got Gobo, Boober, Moki, and Wimbley out on display. I'm sure these are just prototypes. hopefully they'll have a red out as well, maybe even some other characters. We're gonna talk to them in a minute and see, but wow, those are really cool. Great to see new Fraggle Rock plush coming. They look fantastic. I like the little shiny pieces in Moki's hair. Very well done. Can't wait to see these in stores. All right, so I talked to them and they just told me that not only will they have these 4 Fraggles, but red will be included, as well as Baby Gorg, Sprocket, and in 2027, they're gonna put out a Doozer as well. They're also talking to the Henson Company about possibly including Uncle Traveling Matt. Look for these in the fall at Teddy Mountain's website. They're going to be available as plush, like retail ready plush, just kind of as you see them now. Obviously these are prototypes, but in plush form. But not only are they going to be available in plush form, they're also going to be available in stuffing form. So you can stuff your own Fraggle as well. Absolutely incredible. So look for those from Teddy Mountain in the fall. All right, so we finally made it over to the Rocky Moto booth, and here they have the Sesame Street ramen noodle blind boxes. You can see here the different denominations. Cookie Monster, Elmo are 1 in 4. The Count is 1 in 6. Big Bird is 1 in 6. Bert and Ernie are both 1 in 12. And then they have these chase ones, one featuring a translucent Count that's 1 in 48, and a translucent Cookie Monster that's 1 in 96. And you can see them right here. Here's the Elmo, the Big Bird and Cookie Monster. There's the Ernie. Look at here's the translucent Count. There's Bert. Here's how they come in this packaging. I love how they have this display set up in these containers, almost like you were going to just buy them off the street in a vending machine. Very, very cool. Our friends at Bull Airs had a sneak peek at their new line of Jim Henson Company items, including the first look at their Fraggle Rock lace faces. But that's not all, because not only do they have a full line of Fraggle Rock items on the way, but also a full line of Dark Crystal and Labyrinth items coming out as well. Their Labyrinth items are the first to be released, including sneakers, jackets, with one even reminiscent of Hoggle's vest, hats, shirts, sneakerhead balls, bow biters, and lace faces. And we're expecting a similar full line of items for their Dark Crystal and Fraggle Rock lines as well. So I finally made it to the NECA booth, and of course, we've seen their amazing Ultimate Sesame Street figures. Here's the Count, here's the box for Big Bird, there's a Super Grover coming. Oh, well, we'll see him in a second. There's Bert and Ernie, there's Big Bird. I love the original season head that's included, absolutely incredible. There's Oscar, which we saw last year, and new this year, here's the Super Grover. That is really cool. Love the boxes on these, made to look like the old Sesame Street library titles. Great, great touch. But over here is something I think Muppet fans are really gonna love, because it's the Muppet Theater with Gonzo and Camilla, Miss Piggy and Foo-Foo, Mana and the Snows, the Vegetables, the Muppet Show sign. I want this entire thing. This is absolutely incredible. I cannot wait for these to come out. Hopefully someone from NECA can talk to us and tell us more about this line, because that looks absolutely incredible. This is Trevor from NECA, and he's going to tell us all about this new Muppet line.
Yes, so first reveal at Toy Fair here. We're finally doing the Muppet Show Classic Muppets. Wave 1, we've got Gonzo and Camilla, Piggy and Foo-Foo, and then we've got Mana and the Snows in 3-packs. So those will be out like later this year. And then we got plans to, just keep going with all the classic characters. A lot of the Muppet Vegetables and stuff you see back there, those are going to be accessories included with different figures. So not only do you get like, you know, Fozzie and Kermit and all them, you'll get some of the classic vegetables to go with them. So. Yeah.
And are you going to be releasing a theater playset? Because I realize this is prototype, but man,
Yeah,
that is spectacular.
No plans at the moment. If the line just blows up and people want it, we'll certainly look into making it. I made this one myself because I've wanted it for years, like to go with the old Palisades toys. So
Exactly.
Yeah, this was like a good excuse to just make a diorama for Toy Fair, you know. But yeah, if people want it, if there's enough demand, we will certainly look into it. But there's no plans at the immediate future.
That's fantastic. I can't wait. This looks amazing. I can't wait to see the rest of the figures.
Thank you.
Over on the Kid Robot side, they have a few Muppet and Sesame plush. Of course, the Muppets Mayhem animal, baby animal I should say, has been released, as has this Cookie Monster, the pie-eyed Cookie Monster, but not this Snuffleupagus. This is spectacular. I love the eyes. Look how nice it looks. It looks very much reminiscent of the old Knickerbocker, but just upgraded. I love them. The plush of this is just spectacular. So that's awesome to see. They're also showing their dinosaurs, Muppet and Sesame Punny plush. However, they're saying they're not necessarily going to be adding to that line at this time, but they're going to be selling the ones they already have. The same thing for the suction cup versions. They're just going to continue to sell what they have, but they may not be adding any more characters. However, they do have a large dinosaurs baby plush coming. That's awesome. Ooh, it looks like it talks. Ooh, does it actually work? Not the mama. Again. They're promoting their Kermit Bank. I love this iridescent look to him. He's just fantastic. I love how they have this whole wall of the Toy Association's Hall of Fame inductees. And right here we have Jim Henson from the Jim Henson Company, inducted in 1992. Joan Gans Cooney, who co-founded Sesame Street and was inducted in 2009, is represented as well. And that's gonna do it for this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite item from this video was. Please be sure to follow us on all our social media channels, and I'll see you next time. What was that, Elmo? Ah, okay.